asem aba Mustapha Hamid ena the siano ne ho abedre mo abusanfo aye Ghana politics avenue so be show obi bia say safi no obedre we so like share subscribe to the channel say na be political trending news we e ko e bia no Ghana politics avenue so we je penny so the be na bedwafo ene the for abusanfo ne ko political highway no Mustapha Hamid ena ne ho aba asem no ne ho akye ne papa na court and some OSP dragging away na akopiem biem sese an the asem the total cost 81 million dollars as see ano bill crown ya granting bill la ye de ne kotum 15 good years on area ebio ayaro ho se bi papa ne ko kan biem sese marketing directors for no so ebi hyehyɛ asia omone no oil marketing directors de ebi hyehyɛ asia omone no edi dwuma sese ano omo so to adeti kelvin tell Akuffo by waba aba pansan zemu a sese ano ya strike the charges na a big time pa 22nd and be the final bandit aro se bi papa na achi no striking in dwuma ni nyina no sese ano asa Akuffo aba biem sese ano omode ne kotum enya asem keto akra busuanfo mo me yankone nkote ekwa bedu tailor sem okafa melo bias
NPA CEO Mustapha Abdul Hamid's application to strike out charges against him on December 22nd, 2025. Yes, court babiti Mustapha Hamid and the lawyers say OSP charges na or charging no. On the lawyers, Baba contest the charges, to make sure they strike out a lot of the charges. And I'm sorry to tell you this. Mustapha Hamid and his lawyers, they will get away with murder. Yeah. Because it is the OSP. And I can tell you on authority, the OSP knows the case they built against Mustapha Hamid. Because he left out some people who were supposed to be charged, Mustapha Hamid is going to go to court and point those things out. And I swear to God, the prosecutor, the special prosecutor, will fail to justify that. And Mustapha Hamid, those charges will be dropped by the court. And you know why? OSP knows what he's doing. From the beginning of this case, he planned it quietly and strategically because he knows at a point the blame will be put on the court and not him. Once I did where Mustapha Hamid and the lawyers they will win. And when they win, it means majority of the charges are OSP are level against Mustapha Hamid. It will be dropped. You know why? Let me show you. You see, the charges now OSP charging Mustapha Hamid is based on extortion. Right? Now, when you say extortion, if Mustapha Hamid extorted or he was involved in extortion, the question is, who did he extort from? Who was the victim? You have taken somebody to court and you are saying, say nipano ete office no or the office no ejisika. But in your charge sheet, you were not able to point to the court to say this person or this person or this person and a Mustapha Hamid ejisika free no. So Mustapha Hamid and the lawyers now a detected and it is not just they just detected, it is something that Kisieja been planned from the beginning. Because not only say so a drafty case in this way. Definitely, Mustapha Hamid, the court will not have any option than to tell Mustapha Hamid to walk. Then, when it happens like that, most of the Ghanaian citizenry will say, the court is not helping OSP. But OSP didn't create a cutting deal a long time ago. Now, the reason why Mustapha Hamid and his lawyers are going to go to court and tell court to say, the OSP is saying our client extorted or was involved in extortion and that he was not. The reason why he's saying that is because he said he's saying that our client took money from somebody. Now, in a charge sheet, there is nowhere that OSP was able to prove, say, Mustapha Hamid, ejisika weho ana oji weho, because there should be a victim. You cannot say somebody extorted money from someone without the person who was extorted. Now, the person who gave that money, your friend extortion, or your wine, omwa Mustapha Hamid started sika free obono was the OMCs. The oil marketing companies na oma nipa no ejiji sika ni nyina omo. Those are the victims. Now for some reason, Mekachira will say those OMCs were paying money to some people to protect them from being added to the charges. Because so OSP wako court. Now catch a court. So Mustapha Hamid area sika, why started sika. Now went to prove who the victims are. The judge will tell you, say, so who are the victims? Who did he extort the money from? Now, OSP Kisiaja being the OMCs na omujiji sika omuhoni nyina no NPA no. The OMCs came to see Kisiaja being. Now, Kisiaja Bain, at the end of the day, has cut deals with all these OMCs. He did not add a single one of them to the charge. So what is going to happen? And they say, the court will throw all the charges of OSP out because he could not prove, say, this and that and this were the victims. And Mustapha Hamid, this is from day one. And he was very confident to say they would throw the case away. Because when they sat down and negotiated from the beginning, this was how the plan was. I will charge you. I will take you to court. But let me tell you, the loophole will be the victims you extorted from. If I extract the victims from my charges, you and your lawyers can prove to the court that there are no victims and that you did not charge or you did not extort anyone. So that is the plan. And it's Mustapha Hamid. I say, on a lawyer, they are going to contest the application. They are going to strike out the charges, some of them, because they know they have a case. Kisiaja being on Kanokre. Kisiaja being, he needs to leave that office. Kisiaja being is playing all of you. Last member, tina ha ye expose catch them say. Adentina Kisiaja being say OMC swe ne tuya bribe no edema guy no edema Mustapha Hamida. Why did he take the OMCs out of the charges? Why did he do that? He took money. It was alleged. It is alleged that Kisiaja took 20 million. That is the allegation that is out there. And it is beginning to look like the allegation is true. Mr. S, can you find the list of the OMCs? Let me find the amount of money that was extorted from them. And shockingly and surprisingly, in the charges against Mustapha Hamid and the rest, none of these OMCs' names appeared in the charge sheet. So who did he extort from? So the allegation that all the OMCs paid Kisiaja over 20 million Ghana, that allegation, as we sit here, it is looking like it is going to be clear. And this whole thing looked like it was cooked from the beginning. I will charge you. I'll put you before court, but I cannot prove my case. The court is going to release you. Ghanaians cannot blame me, Kisiaja. I will say the court did not help me. So that is the game the OSP is playing with you. Akroma, as we speak, the plan they planned from day one, it is going to work. Me catch them. The day I be sa expose na me chire OMCs. Na omu nyina Kisiaja being clear omu nyina me catch them say the allegation is that he took money to clear them. And the moment you clear the victims, OSP has no case. You see, the 5 OMCs that my team is saying, the 5 OMCs that Kisiaja said he was going to add to the case, those 5 OMCs, they were not directly linked to the case. So we study 5 OMCs now, so the case in one. You can see clearly that these people can prove that those OMCs, from their statement from the OSP's own investigations, they are not as direct as the other ones who paid the huge monies. Say, or the 1 or 2 craft fryer, you will see, say, they will be able to negate, they will be able to navigate their way through. See, Kisiaja you cannot trust him. The office of the special prosecutor needs to be there. But the person who is conducting affairs in that office, Kisiaja Akurugu, Samedako, We cannot trust these people. And I like what the president said. Or see, you, the OSP, prove to Ghanaians, let them trust you. But all these things shows we cannot trust Kisie Jabin. Nobody in Ghana can trust Kisie Jabin, Akurugu, and Samedako. These are businessmen, representing businessmen. These are people who are basically all about money, all about business, all about negotiations. So the allegations that they took money from the OS, how many of the OMCs gave them money? Why did he charge only 5 of them? He selected, he looked through, and he made sure that, so the OMC, we will not even get them. Because you see, when you read all the charges, and when he was interrogating the OMCs now, some of them, you could say they did not clearly give that their money. Some clearly they admitted. Kisie Jabin is putting those who did not clearly, directly, you can charge them of doing what? Paying bribes or being extorted. Kisie Jabin is fooling you people. Now, Mr. S, thank you very much. Do you have the total cost there? This is the list. Mr. P, if you have the charge sheet, Kisie Jabin's charge sheet in court, can you pull it out quickly? The OSP is no more charge sheet in Mono. If Mr. P, if you can pull it out right now, I want to do something with it. You see, OSP is no OMC is no money. All your marketing companies now, how come say OMC is when you say ebitua $3.7 million cedis, ebitua 3.1 million cedis, ebitua 20 million cedis, ebitua 765,000, yenya 120,000, yenya 3.4 million cedis, yenya 5 million cedis, ebitua as much as 14.2 million cedis. Yas Petroleum, yenya 1.5 million, 3.4 million, 1. All these people paid money to NPA, Mustapha Hamid. But the OMC is charging only 3 or 4 of them, if that is even true. The question is, why did he leave out all of these OMCs? Why? Thank you, Mr. S, for bringing the final list. So you can see 31, I'm the actual. I'm sure the rest. No, we are 36, I think so. Now, I'm sure the amount of money that Kisie Jabin told us was paid to Mustapha Hamid and his dear colleagues. Now, the first list now, 31. I'm sure the list now count 36. I'm sure the amount that they are saying was extorted by Mustapha Hamid and his group. Now, what's going on? The amount they are saying was extorted. NA. Now, here. Keep both, please. Now, this list that this is the second part of the list, right? Now, the total amount Mustapha Hamid in the cruise NPA is 62,887,000. So they paid close to 63 million Ghana cedis. 63 million. So, say 36 companies. Each year 62 or 63 million Ghana. Why do you take about 3 or 4 to court to charge them? Why do you take 3 or 4 or 5 to court to charge them? Why? And let me tell you, say you go back into the interrogation, the investigations, the report, and the statement he took from the OMC, sir. You can say, Uba say 5 now, so the Omaka case, their cases are the most weakest. And that is what Kisie Jabin is doing. Almost 10 billion, almost $10 million was paid. $10 million. At that time, almost $10 million was paid to people at NPA. Mustapha Hamid, his deputy, and that gentleman. Today, the OSP is telling us the courts and any problem. I keep telling you people, Kisie Jabin is a dangerous man. And all the allegations that was leveled against him, he is the one making us believe in all the allegations. Also, you to me level allegations against the person. Now I can say, okay, nipa no kwejuma or you know, say this allegation there, maybe some people just don't like the person, they just want the person out of office. But so you follow proceedings and you follow how things are coming together, you can see clearly say all the allegations leveled against Kissi Agyabe is true. Why? 36 OMCs paid almost $10 million to Kissi Agyabe NPA. Today, the NPA are saying, Mustapha, Hamid and his lawyers are saying, the extortion, you're charging, no, the OMCs no weighing. Why no extort is free more? Kissi Agyabe needs to prove 36 OMCs. Why does he have 3 or 4 in his charge sheet? Why? Mr. P, if you can't get it, let's move on. I know by tomorrow evening, we will get the charge sheet. We will read everything and let Ghanaians know OMCs now. Kissi Agyabe the charges no. We are find it on more list we mu. Then you call back to on one investigations no. Then we will read specifically what they said when those OMCs were interrogated. You will see. Now, there is this story that I want to applaud the CJ, the Chief Justice. And the Chief Justice, I declare, judiciary designates 3 high courts to handle Galamsey cases. So the Chief Justice, Mr. Bawumia, his lordship, and we eat 3 high courts, and I'll say, strictly for Galamsey matters. Intended under the leadership of Mr. Bawumia. At least your sija unimi your sija or your proactive. Even though Abani said we are trying to get tribunals around the nation to take care of Galamsey issues, the CJ has come up with some idea which is very solid, an intelligent idea. And in the fight against corruption, Galamsey, these are some of the proactive ideas we need. See, I can see it now. I try my Bibia Boanoa. Bibia Boano near you. And to CJ say 3 high courts, their job specifically is to deal with Galamsey related issues. Send a Galamsey matters can move quickly. In the end of the CJ or Kanokure, Onimiansa, Onima Juma on your cromfo, and the CJ Papa. And the CJ Onimiansa, CJ Onya Homaswo. Sija onya kromfo de na no bebutu president ne to ema president aniegum sija ne hwene mu mbono sija sebio Ghana dana koma so sija enya politics nti ena wo ho yenya sija odo Ghana why you ready say obema Ghana court na yedwuma amaye yenya sije papa enya kromfo sija omani briska enya hantan me hwene me bom sije enya me poli obi anya papa enyan kwara fa mensan be to CJ we CJ papa sebio odwene ko anim we nya CJ obema kasongo abetafre ne to amana in less than 3 minutes one man court case we CJ papa. This is a CJ who is qualified to be the Chief Justice. We nya CJ ankwara de omonsa wo no we CJ onim na dwuma ye nya CJ papa bo Ghana ho ban mi timu biem. When you see your man kwara de omonsa wo no edi nkwasi asem munamuna nanim empese obedim raso where you see ja na
ojebre hwedwe mediwe bedum pempezo we yedo bibi ase hanu me Ghana politics avenso se ne majebre hwedwe medie no bedo bibi ase besra mo se mbeje ho bre na mo de ahwe ya bedum pempezo we like share subscribe ma wunua no mo na fofo sa into me nka bi obusia fo nyina mbe hwedwe medie a yedi wa ha bi aba politics dia mo so for goal ya ene be barom political updated news there musumfo obi anim ho enim ne achi edo bibia se ha na mbre mam kwan se me fancy o mo se nka bi a fashion comment section